So this is the Saeyang N7 micromotor drill with the SH37LN handpiece. Heavy duty bit of kit, goes very fast, a lot of newton centimeters of torque, which I'll go into later about that. And we usually sell this into the dental lab and sort of markets for dental labs and the jewelers as well. Diamond setters, we've sold it to a few diamond setters over the time because it's got so much power at low speeds and goes also to a very high speed. So it's a sturdy little thing, quite a compact unit really, not overly big but solid at the same time. It ain't going to go anywhere, really tough and quite rugged. I'll go through the unit first. This is a variable speed foot pedal, which I'll show you later, and I'll also go through the handpiece. So if we look at the unit, like I was saying, it's a pretty solid unit. Nice and compact. It's got a handpiece holder here, cradle. Nifty little thing about the cradle is it can be put at different directions, so you're facing up, you can be facing back, whichever way you want. Just a little feature like that, sort of separate these from a lot of the Chinese drills out there that aren't very good at all. Very easy to use. You've got a control dial here which takes your speed up, power knob here which is covered in sort of a silicone covering to keep out the dust and debris. You've got a forward and reverse switch and a hand and foot switch. Decide whether you on hand, you can use the handpiece, well, use the dial on the handpiece, put it on foot. The foot pedal will control the speed, not the dial, and sort of bypass the dial. It's got handy burr stands on the top, some little holes in the top, you can see here, put your burrs in. At the back, you've got the option for the variable speed foot pedal, the on-off foot pedal, and just the different voltage there on the back for the US market. So yeah, nice and clinical, white clean finish, and solid, really solid. It's got these rubber stoppers on at the bottom and it ain't going to go anywhere. You're moving the handpiece about, it's going to stay where it is on the surface. And we're really chuffed with this drill. We've really pleased with performance. We test all the drills we're getting. We sold many of these. We've not had one single one back for any sort of repair. We advise that you get them serviced now and again if you use them quite a lot, in which case we clean everything, we take it apart, make sure the circuitry's alright. But other than that, you'll be well aware. So this is the handpiece. It's the SH37LN handpiece. There's two handpieces available for the N7. Now the output for the N7 is either 35,000 RPM, well, it can go up to 45,000 RPM, and that's what this is. It's the 45,000 RPM handpiece. You can get the cheaper handpiece, which is 35,000 RPM. They look very similar, so it's always best to double check just before you're buying to make sure you're getting the speed you want. Obviously you can buy the 35,000, but it's not as fast and it hasn't got as much torque as the 45,000, which I'll come on to now. The important thing, one of the main important things with these handpieces, and especially these units, is the torque. That's the power at low speeds it's able to put out before stopping. So if you're on 10,000 RPM with this drill, you're able to apply more pressure and more power to whatever you're doing before that even starts to slow down or stop. This is 4.5 newton centimeters of torque. Now that's a lot for a micromotor drill. On the battery powered micromotor drills you won't get it that high because the battery powered, but on the mains powered with a lot of wattage, it's a 100 watt drill, it's able to put out 4.5 newton centimeters of torque. So that's a very powerful drill, especially at low speeds, and it goes to a high speed, so the higher you go, you know, the more that's relation to the torque it puts out. It's a lovely handpiece. It's kind of like a kind of a plastic sort of rubber, sort of very solid type material, well balanced in the hand as well. It's not too weighty at one end than the other, and because it's the material, it is like a plastic rubber, it's very easy to grip as well. It's a twist to open and close mechanism. Twist to open and pull the burr out. You can have different collets fitted in these. The collets that which is the chuck at the end, that we supply for the 2.35mm diameter burrs. So your standard burrs, which are 2.35mm in diameter, that's what collet we supply. We can get extra collets which fit a lot smaller burrs. Jewelers in particular use a lot smaller burrs, so we supply a different collet for that. And that's about it for the handpiece. It's a brush handpiece, so there's brushes in the back here that can be replaced should you need to. And yeah, that's about it. In terms of the foot pedal, it's a variable speed foot pedal, not the on-off. So you'll plug this in, you'll select your foot mode, and how far you press it determines how fast the drill goes. The reason it's very big, the on-off one's very small, is because you've got to be able to apply enough pressure just to determine how fast you want it. It goes into the back of the unit, which I'll demonstrate now. Handpiece goes into the front. Nothing's happening. There you go. You get that problem a lot actually. People get the drill, they haven't got the foot pedal plugged in, but they've got it in foot mode, so they're turning it on, it's not working. It's not in hand mode. So in hand mode you just speed this way. And when in foot mode you set your speed, so half, about 20,000 RPM. And as you slowly press down, it'll peak at the speed you've set there. So if you set it at 45, you can slowly adjust the more you press down to get to 45,000 RPM. That's it really, there's not much else to it. There's the forward and reverse feature. And there's the Overlord Protection. So depending on what type of job you're using it for, if you're going into metal or I don't know, diamond or something rock hard, the Overlord Protection may kick in, which basically means it's not going to drill through it, and before it damages any sort of fuses or the circuitry inside, it just turns off. The light will flash up and it'll turn off the drill, and all you do is turn it off and on to reset it. Let's give you an example of the torque on this. You try and stop this with your hand at a very low speed, it's almost impossible. So yeah, that's the N7. We supply it with everything you see here: the foot pedal, the handpiece, the cradle. You also get spare brushes and the tools to undo the end to clean. I'll show you how to clean these handpieces and maintain them on a separate video down the line. Any questions or comments, put them below. Yeah, thanks for watching.